Are you trying to bring AI to your business or thinking about it, but something is not going on well and you're not sure where to start? I'm a machine learning engineer and I've been through those experiences working with multiple teams. And most of the time, the issue isn't about the technology. It's about a few common mistakes that's happening repetitively due to the lack of understanding in AI or the communication. So in this video, I want to walk you through the 4 common mistakes and share what I've learned in real experience so you can move forward with more confidence and avoid unnecessary frustration. Let's take a look. The first mistake is underestimating data requirements. Okay, let me say it. If you want AI, you must have data. You need data to build AI. Okay, it sounds quite simple and very obvious, but you'll be amazed how many times I need to explain this when someone asks me, how can I build this AI? So the conversation usually goes this way. Can you build this AI service to predict the customer satisfaction? And I'll say, yeah, well, okay, do you have historical customer data? Then they'll say, oh, yeah, we have it, but we have a spreadsheet about 50 customers for the last 1 month, let's say. Often the data size is too small or is such a low quality that it requires extensive data engineering. And it is happening in the majority of the companies. The statistics say 42% of enterprise said they don't have enough data to customize AI adoptions. 52% of organizations said the data quality and availability is one of the biggest challenges to AI adoption in their organization. So my recommendation is if you're interested or you want this AI implementation, secure your data set first. Look for a publicly available data set if it's not available inside your organization. If you're running a business, try identify commercially usable data set. They often have a different license regulation, so you must check about it. What I'm trying to say is data is like ingredients of cooking. But if you don't have ingredients, you can't cook dishes, right? So you must need a data. The second mistake is starting with solution instead of problem. Here's what I hear all the time from the leadership up above. They say, how can we use AI in our business? I personally think that's the wrong question. The right question is, what problem do we have? And would AI be the best solution? You wouldn't walk into the hardware store and you would randomly say, how can I use this hammer, right? You'd often go and say, I need to hang a picture or I need to fix this. What's the best tool? Sometimes the answer is hammer, sometimes the answer can be a nail gun. It can be different, right? Let me give you a real world example. An online fashion retailer wants to retail a 30% return rate. The instinct, it sounds like, oh, let's build AI recommendation system. But you need to stop here and take time investigating what the real issue is. You need to drill down and see which issue are we exactly facing. In this step, you need to talk to experts, the expert who's dealing with this problem. You need to go to the customer support team and pull the returning reason data. You need to discover, let's say 60% of returns are due to incorrect sizing. 25% are because of color looks different from the website photos. And 15% happens because of style mismatch. Now you can ask, which of these problems requires AI? Which problems would be solved by AI more efficiently? Maybe you need better size recommendation. Maybe you need a better product photography. Maybe you need both. So the bottom line is don't start with we need AI statement. Start with we have this specific problem and here's why it matters. Here's why we should adopt AI. And you should constantly communicate with the domain experts, the people doing this work every day. They are the experts. And this is very crucial here. They understand the problem in the ways that data alone cannot be explained. Mistake number 3, treating AI as a set it, forget it solution. So this is a big one. People think AI like one hardware device like this. Let's say I just got this and now it's done, right? Just I got it and forget it. But it's not. AI is not like this hardware devices. AI is more like a garden, a life. I often compare it to sensitive baby because you need to check on it. You need to see what is going on. You need to keep an eye on it. So here's what happens in the real world because people lack of understanding AI should be constantly managed. You build an AI model that predicts customer demand with 90% accuracy. That's good, right? And you deploy it. It works well. But 3 months later, it's only 70% accurate. What happened? Your data changed, your customers' taste changed, the market changed. In machine learning, we call this as a drift. It's called a data drift, either a model drift. Let me give you a concrete example. During the COVID-19, every retail prediction model went bad because customer behavior fundamentally changed overnight because of external factor called COVID. Models trained on pre-pandemic data cannot predict the pandemic shopping patterns because it haven't happened before. Companies that weren't monitoring their AI performance got blindsided by a terrible predictions. So what you need about AI is you need to have a basic understanding that AI is something that you should constantly keep an eye on. You can be interpreted as an AI monitoring system. You need to have a monitoring system that tracks how accurate is my AI now, is performance degrading over time, is incoming data being changed. Think like an AI dashboard. You need some kind of dashboard to monitor your AI if you want to maintain the good performance. Your AI needs attention. The fourth mistake is chasing trends instead of solving problems. Yeah, last year, AI agent, everyone talked about AI agent. It was giving me a headache. These AI agents and large language models are incredibly powerful. I agree, it is powerful. And all this AI agent workflow websites building these AI agents a lot more accessible, even for non-programmers. But here's the truth. Trendy AI doesn't necessarily mean it's the best AI for your problem. Imagine you run a manufacturing plant and you want to detect defective products on assembly line. You could try using a cutting-edge LLM. Can you use chatbot here? Can you put AI agent? But in this case, you could use a computer vision with a traditional method. Just simple convolutional neural network based image classification would help you solve this task. So these kind of older AI related technique will be a lot faster, it'll be cheaper and easier to maintain. The other example would be, let's say there is a small e-commerce company that wants to recommend product to the customers. They can build transformer-based recommendation, or they could use something called collaborative filtering, which is very old but effective approach of recommendation system. Between these, sometimes this old-fashioned way can be more effective and requires less data and a computational power. In the long term, it'll save your cost a lot more than using fancy transformer or AI agents that we wouldn't need. So my bottom line here is match the AI technique to your specific problem, not to what's trending in Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere, what people say 2026 trends. Sometimes the best solution is boring, proven one that actually works in your use cases, your data volume, and your budget. So let me summarize the 4 mistakes that I've gone through in this video. First, no data, no AI. You must need data to come up with any AI related things. Second, starting with AI instead of focusing on the problems. You need to focus on the details of the problems, and then you need to move on to AI solution or the other technical solutions. Third is ignoring the ongoing maintenance that AI requires. AI needs to be taken care on the full life cycle if you want to maintain a good performance of AI, unless that you're in a danger of having degrading performance somehow. And fourth, chasing trends instead of chasing the right tool for your job. Trending AI doesn't mean it's the best AI. It can rather be expensive, luxurious AI or make or cause you too much cost while you have other alternative solutions that you haven't considered. So if you avoid these pitfalls, you're already ahead of many companies trying to implement AI. Remember, successful AI adoption isn't about using fanciest technology. It's about solving real problems with the right tools. AI is hyped everywhere. People talk AI like a magic solution, but it is one of the tools and it is one of the technical solution. So please try to pay attention to these 4 common mistakes and step ahead. If you find this helpful, please hit the like button and follow for more practical AI insights. What's your biggest challenge to AI adoption? I would love to know on the comments, so drop the comments below.